What up world, what up media, Jorel Sampson, aka Dre Wise, and this is Jorel Sampson Topics. Thank you for clicking on this particular topic this early morning. You know, some of us on the West Coast are still up because their time frame is much different from over here in the East Coast. So, East Coast, we suffer from this wintertime weather stuff. You know, I can't stand it. I wish I was brought up in like warmer climates like Arizona or California, over there, you know. This over here is season change, you know. So I'm gonna get right into it. Today's topic I want to talk to you about because it's a big trend. Health. You know, it's true evidence that this country leads #1 in obesity and #1 in everything, you know, for real. Now, over here in China, now they got a McDonald's. Now they are plump and fat, you know. Now, I heard a pastor say this. He said, the way you live your life determines your death, period. So I want to talk about having a better eating habit. When you eat better, it affects the mind in a positive way to cause you to think better. I want to talk about how exercise causes you to live longer. Yeah. So 3, eat better. Better diet. Thinking causes, within that better diet, cause you to think better, and exercise causes you to live a lot longer. Yeah. So let me get right into it. Alright. First topic. Having a better eating diet. Now, some of us read books like food ingredients, food that got something to do with eating better. Some of us choose to look at magazines, some of us to look on the internet, some of us even read the Bible. Now, within the Bible, some people of religion think that when it talks about the food, you think it is the food from God, Abba, Jehovah, that he just, no, it's talking about the food that you grow from the ground or you do whatever, consume, the food that you eat. The Bible talks about that, the food, you know. Now, if you go to your local store and you look on the price tag and you see that food that is not healthy for you is cheaper. If you see food that is more expensive, it's better for you. But at the exact same time, these farmers do this. They sprinkle and spray chemicals on it, you know. But this country, we got so many restaurants on every block. It's ridiculous. And you see more the time that, not to be offensive, you see more of the time that people are overweight. You carry too much weight, you know. More of the time when your stomach bulges like that, you got too much waste in your intestines. You know, you need to poop. You need to up your fiber because that's not even good, you know. Now, me, as you look at me, I'm 30 years old. I turned 30 2 months ago on the 4th. I don't, in my face, I don't even look my age. You know, people mistake me of looking down, you know, like 22 or something like that, 23. You know, why? Because the way how I take care of myself, not only that, it's the way how I think, you know. So, not to think like a childish, nothing like that, but to learn and study and build knowledge and experiment and experience, you know. And also that my parents had me when they were in their youth. They still young, 40 something, stepping in the verge, probably 50 something, you know. So the way how I take care of myself, it unlocks certain genes that causes me to look younger, you know. Now the food that you eat, if you choose to eat so much fast food and stuff, you know, fast food is not no good for you, you know, because within that restaurant, some of the restaurants, they don't change that grease, you know, and then within that restaurant, some of the employees don't wash their hands once they come out the bathroom. I know. The food that you eat, you know, me personally, I'm stepping away from eating meat, you know. I'm starting to more eat so much of consume of protein, like beans and certain food, you know, that I've been introduced to, you know, that I see that it makes me look better, you know, whatever. Because if you're a person that do bodybuilding or whatever, you don't have to eat meat. And now they saying that meat is not good for you, you know. But you're not going to get used to eating like a vegan, you know, or whatever. But if you're the type of person that get into consuming more protein and whatever, you know, because the body needs protein and carbohydrates and calories and whatever. But sugar, you know, sugar is not good for people that got high that, you know. But me personally, the stuff that you choose to consume, see, I drink green tea and I don't put no sugar in it. I worked up a tolerance to what? Drink it plain because it's at its best of strength. You put sugar in like green tea and stuff, you weaken it. You weaken it. Now you have to get into the habit of eating fruits and vegetables, like certain fruits that got antioxidant, you know, darker fruit, you know, vegetables, you know. But meat, I've noticed within myself that it got oil. But see, in my family, on my mother's side, it got oily skin, you know. And on my mother's side and my father's side is obesity, you know, and certain illnesses like diseases and stuff like cancer and high blood pressure and then constipation and stuff. So if you eat better, you lower the risk of catching colds, you lower the risk of getting high blood pressure, diabetes, and even cancer, you know. Now, to prevent yourself from getting cancer is like eating onions, garlic, vegetables and stuff like that. Eat better, because you go down to these restaurant stores or these whatever stores in your neighborhood and you choose to pick that food. Within that food you bring home to feed to your children or feed yourself, or you in some college dorm, you know. The food that you eat, this man ain't gonna tell you. The food that they sell on the shelves, so in that food it can cause cancer. And now I kind of do this. I don't microwave my food anymore. I heat it up on the stove like the old school way. Why? Because the microwave is radiation. If you look at the microwave door, it got that thing that covers it because it gives off radiation, and that causes cancer. You know, cancer runs in my mother's side. You know, so and obesity. This country leads #1 in obesity. Everybody's fat and plump. You know what I'm saying? It's a low percentage of people that's in shape. Low, you know? But anyways, if you get into a better eating diet, you will look better. You will feel better. You will have more energy. And that'll make your thought pattern much better. You will think better. Now, if someone that come at you with an attitude or have an attitude, if you have so much positive thinking capacity, you will know how not to feed into that. You know, this is truth. You know, the Bible talks about that, about the food. We thinking some spooky whatever. No, it talks about the food. It ain't talking about just the spiritual. We get that, but what we read, you know. But it talks about the food. Now I say this. They say this. Pork is a terrible meat. It's terrible, 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 terrible. I hate to say it. Now, I used to eat pork chops, ham hocks, chitlins, whatever. Chitlins is the worst part of pork. Now, I came to my mother's house one day. She was like, I'm fixing some sausages, and do you want some? I was like, nah. Cuss my behind out. She said, boy, I raised you on this pork, and you need to tell me. If you look at the pig, it's really a bottom feeder. It's a scavenger. It 20% in the book, whatever I made is good. But listen to this. He said, whatever I made is good, but within that, that is good for a purpose to clean up the earth. That's not because it was saying something that if you pour Coca-Cola on a piece of pork, you would see worms coming out of it. You know, pork is not good. Pork clogs your arteries. Pork is nothing but fat and toxic. I don't understand. That's what they fed us on the plantation. Corn and pork. You know? And the slaves got the job done, but they grew in stupidity stupid, you know? So I think people just don't need to eat pork. I don't eat pork. And when I found out when I left pork alone, I think better, I feel better, and I look better. You know, the way you eat can affect how you look. You know, so you start looking funny. A lot of people in these individual towns, they look homely looking, they look crazy looking. You know, funny looking, like there's something wrong with them, you know. But it's not, but it's just looking, you know. But the point is, like I just said, the way you live your life determines your death. This country leads more in obesity. This country leads more in incarceration. This country leads more in drug and consumption. You know, people that choose to smoke, you're killing yourself. You are killing yourself. You're killing the insides of yourself. When you drink, I hate to say it, when you drink, drinking is not good. I don't care if you drink a little bit, drinking is not good, you know. So, and also when you drink and do all that smoking, you could be 20 through the age 35. You look older than what you are, you know. Drinking and smoking. True enough, smoking. I hear they say, well, it helps me with my stress. But your problem's still gonna be there. You know? Drinking, you can develop cirrhosis of the liver. And the doctor will say, well, I can't do nothing for you. I can't do nothing for you. So you better plan that wheel. Get this, get that, because you about to RIP, do the crossroads. So that's what I'm saying. The way you live your life determines your death. There are people that live past 100. You know, now back then, in time, people were living close to 1,000. And then this man died at 120, and then that man died at 119. That's what I'm saying. The way you live your life determines your death.
Last two topics. I think I cleared number 2 without starting the first off in the beginning. I'm gonna speak more about it. I'm not gonna be too long. Okay. When you eat better, it causes your mental state to improve better. If you're a person that takes psychotic medication, or you have a mental problem, they will say that eat better. It will reverse that into something positive. When you eat better, you have better thoughts, you have a better thinking capacity. you know, and you will instantly, your mind will be sharper, you know. Now, the thing is, when you go to drinking and smoking dope, that kills your brain wave. It kills your brain cells. It kills the electrical in your mind, in self. It kills you, you know. Now, you get drunk, you may feel nice up in here, but that is more of a saying like this. You're doing this. You're killing yourself. You may feel good and stuff, you know, but you're hurting yourself. And that's why children come out with problems and stuff, behavior problems, and not looking right, deformed and stuff, you know. So now I want to talk about exercise. Now, exercise does this. When you exercise, either you just want to be in shape, or you want to be building your muscles up into like a bodybuilder, or just lift, you know. Exercise does this. It causes your muscles to grow, and it tightens your skin, and it's good on your mental state, and it's good for you, period. Every damn doctor on this earth will tell you that you need to lose weight and start to exercise. You need to get that blood pressure under control with better eating and exercise. You need to come away from drinking and smoking, because if you do this, to stay focused, exercise you would do this. You will be so focused and tune in what you're doing. Exercise releases something in you that you can step away from that, because it is a proven fact. Because it's some white woman that was on TV, I think it was Oxygen. She had a drinking problem. She was an alcoholic. So she did this. She got into lifting weights. Next minute, she looks like another version of that. Now, it's up in here. People say, well, I'm going to die anyway, so I'm not going to do it. Well, why rush yourself to the grave then? Why rush yourself to the grave? If you exercise and eat better, that minimizes you catching colds. You will look younger. But when it comes to exercise, I go to the gym. I go to these gyms. You gotta look at this. You got classes of people. Either you are a bodybuilder or you are just a lifter. More of the time when you go into the gym, they are lifters. They go in and lift the biggest weight, do like 1 to 4 reps, and that's it. And you can't tell me you can just grab 60 pounders and try to hoist that all the way to 15 or 20. I don't think so. Or more weight. I don't think so. In the gym. Now, my friend Richter Scale said this. I listened to him real good. He said, you do not get your growth in the gym. He said, you get your growth by at home and you're eating. But see, when you're doing that stuff at home, it just, when you go back to the gym, you exercise and see yourself in the mirror, you see your making results, okay? Now, when it comes to building muscle, I believe that you lifting a ton of weight like that, you don't build muscle. Only thing you're doing is building strength and building an injury. That's what you're doing. Now, exercise is one of the evidence of the fountain of youth, because items was already here that he placed it here. He placed it wood, he placed it steel, he placed it concrete here, you know. But the thing is, like it says in the book, it says it is your duty to take care of self. And it say it's your duty to find somebody to take care of you. No, it did. Or if you get married or something, you know. But some individual that's some stranger, no. It is your duty to take care of yourself. If it's said in the Quran, in the Bible, it said it is take care of your temple. You know, your temple. This is a temple. You know, this is a walking on legs earth. Your bones is the stone of the earth. Your blood and stuff is the water, life, whatever, veins and stuff. But the thing is, people are using the big excuse. I don't have time. I get too lazy. Whatever. Well, die here. So the thing is, as you look at me, I'm getting a little tired. As you look at me, I don't even look to be 30 years old. No, I don't. You stand me and my brother together. It's not to be insulting. But if you stand me and my brother together, I'm on his left, he's on my right. My biological brother. You stand me and him together, I use him for a perfect example. You stand me and him together. Instantly the world will see him as my older brother, not knowing that I am the eldest. Because he looked older than me. He has a full beard or whatever. I don't want no facial hair. I want no, only I'll settle with is a mustache. I don't want all that hair around my face because you look older than what you are. You be 25 years old, somebody can think you like 35 years old. So, yeah, basically clear all that up. Like the pastor said, he said, I heard him on TV, he said, the way you live your life determines your death. The food that you eat can give you a positive or negative effect. Exercise gives you more a positive effect. It helps with the thinking. The food helps with the thinking. That's good. The food that you